in your opinion, what are the key skills and competencies that leaders should possess to create a thriving organizational culture?
I definitely think they need to be good at communication. So have feedback skills and coaching skills in their set of leadership style. I think it will be helpful if they understand things like adapt, see the communication after who you are speaking to. And it's quite clear to me that some people just do that because that's who they are, and other ones need to train a little bit more to get there. I would also say that something like, maybe grit is the good word for it. You need to be able to see things through and not give up or lose your motivation when you hit a snag or even have to go back a few steps. I think you also need to be quite good at acceptance. I wouldn't call that a skill, perhaps. You know, a leader will be more effective if they can accept when things are going on and they can quite quickly again bounce back up and say that they'll do it. I also think it's important that they get training in what a value-based culture is and what the benefits of that is, so that they can work structurally. How do you say that?
Structurally.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
With it over time, because I mean, like for right now, I'm in the start of starting up a company. So one of the first things I do when I have a team in place is to, together discuss and set the values, not related to the skills of a leader. Sorry, I'm dwindling in a way a bit. I don't necessarily think that a leader needs to be, the best in the field in which they're working, the best person at certain things. I think the most important thing is that they are best at leadership and best to see people and understand the communication side of things. I feel like everyone has had a boss which they didn't approve of in some way. And for me, at least, the red line there that goes through, like the thread going through all of them. Fortunately, I have had a lot of good managers that I could learn from. So, but the poor ones were definitely the ones who didn't understand communication. They're the ones who couldn't understand feedback, who would be discriminating, who couldn't understand the value of a good leader because it was a woman, or she was not 40 years old, or it was a man, but he was just 20, or blah, blah, blah. Or he was black, or he was gray, or he was whatnot. But I'm not sure how to connect that to specific skill, actually. Describing it. My main point is that if you have a leader who can have a clear vision, tools to get there by not giving up too easily, being able to bounce back when you hit a snag or an obstacle, and someone who can communicate with adaptation towards the group they're leading. If they can do that, I think they can do a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I'm just going to add to that one point, and that is, you're right. I mean, it's great if you happen to have the skills of Elon Musk. And let me qualify that. His skills as a scientist are fantastic. His skills as a leader, not so much. He should be hiring you and I before the debacle happened, and he decided to fire way too much of his workforce and then had to go begging back to get people that that was a big mistake. He needs to know what he's good at versus what he isn't. And that goes for all of us, right? But I mean, as you said, the best or the most likely to succeed is probably not the best in the industry, but the best at leading others, because if I need to deal with the lighting or the value-based culture change that you are an expert at, well, I might be able to Frankenstein something together. Why would I bother if I could instead identify somebody who was already good at it and do that? That separation of ego. You go, I'm not the best at personnel management. Perhaps I should farm that out to somebody who I know is better than I. So yeah, you can always hire good talent. Yes. Okay, so next one is